Stage 1. The first drink. You don't think about addiction. You think about the taste, the warmth, the slight buzz. It feels new, slightly rebellious, slightly adult. You notice something subtle. Your thoughts slow down. Your anxiety softens. Your guard lowers. You feel lighter. That feeling becomes memorable, not the drink, the relief. Stage 2. Occasional use. Drinking becomes situational. Only weekends, only parties, only special events. You tell yourself there are rules. I don't drink alone. I don't drink during the week. And you believe that's control. Alcohol becomes associated with fun, with connection, with social ease. You start relying on it in certain environments, not because you need it, but because it makes things easier. You don't notice dependency forming, because it doesn't feel urgent. Stage 3. Emotional association. Now something shifts. You drink not just for celebration, but for relief. After a stressful day, after an argument, after disappointment, you discover alcohol doesn't just amplify joy, it numbs discomfort. That's the turning point, because now it serves a psychological purpose. It becomes a coping tool. You still function normally. Work is fine. Life is stable. But internally, you've linked alcohol to escape. And that link strengthens quietly. Stage 4. Increased frequency. The rules begin to bend. A weekday drink feels harmless. One won't hurt. You start drinking alone occasionally. Not because you're isolated, but because you don't need an audience anymore. The habit becomes private. You still tell yourself, I can stop whenever I want. And technically, you can, but you don't. Because stopping now feels unnecessary. You don't see damage. You don't see consequences. You only see temporary relief. Stage 5. Tolerance. Something changes in your body. The same amount doesn't hit the same. You need more to feel relaxed. More to feel quiet inside. You start planning around drinking, buying in advance, making sure it's available. It's no longer spontaneous. It's integrated. This is where normalization deepens. Drinking becomes part of routine. After work, before bed, during stress. You don't announce it. You don't think about it. It just exists. Stage 6. Dependence. Now the absence feels different. On days you don't drink, you feel restless, irritable, uneasy. Not dramatically sick, just uncomfortable. You start noticing your mood is worse without it. You justify it. I deserve this. It helps me relax. It's not that bad. You compare yourself to worse cases. You still function. You still work. You still show up. So you assume you're fine. But something has shifted. You're no longer drinking for enjoyment. You're drinking to feel normal. Stage 7. Loss of control. The line becomes blurry. You plan to have one. You have 3. You promise yourself you'll skip tomorrow. You don't. You start hiding it, minimizing it, downplaying it. Not because you're evil, because you don't want to confront it. The identity conflict begins. You don't see yourself as an alcoholic. That label feels extreme, but deep down, you know your control is weaker than it used to be. That realization is uncomfortable, so you drink to silence it. Stage 8. Normalization of the problem. This is the most dangerous stage. Not rock bottom, not collapse, normal. You build your life around it. You know which stores to go to. You know your limit. You know how to function. People might suspect, but nothing dramatic forces change, and that's why it continues. Addiction doesn't always destroy instantly. Sometimes it slowly shrinks your world. Your energy decreases. Your ambition softens. Your sharpness dulls. But gradually, so gradually you barely notice. Final stage, identity shift. One day, you realize something heavy. You're not someone who drinks. You're someone who needs to drink. That difference is terrifying, because now it's not about habit, it's about identity. And identity is harder to change. The first drink was curiosity. The middle drinks were comfort. The later drinks are survival. Addiction rarely feels evil in the beginning. It feels helpful. It feels relieving. It feels deserved. Until the thing that helped you cope becomes the thing you can't cope without. Alcohol doesn't announce addiction. It introduces it slowly. Through permission, through repetition, through normalization. The transformation doesn't happen in one night. It happens in quiet evenings, stressful days, lonely moments. From first drink to dependency. The change is gradual, so gradual. You don't feel the shift. Until one day, you realize you're no longer choosing it. It's choosing you.